Chiefs Kingdom. Something interesting just happened under the radar, and it's the kind of move that only a front office like ours could make. No, it's not a high-profile signing. No massive trade, but trust me, this is the kind of under-the-radar development that could end up making a huge impact. The Kansas City Chiefs recently hosted Omar Norman Lott for a top 30 pre-draft visit, and if you're not familiar with that name yet, you might want to get used to hearing it. Norman Lott is a 6'2", 300-pound interior defensive lineman out of Tennessee. He's not a household name, and you probably didn't see many highlight reels about him on ESPN, but dig a little deeper and you'll find something special. This guy led all FBS interior defensive linemen in pass rush win rate last season. That's right, #1 in the entire nation. He didn't rack up gaudy stats, mainly because he played in a deep rotation, but what he did when he was on the field: pure disruption, twitchy, explosive, violent hands, and most importantly, relentless motor. But let's be honest, he's not a polished product. He's raw. His play against the run is inconsistent, and he can be overly aggressive, which has led to penalties. The emotion is there, sometimes too much. But that's exactly what makes him such an intriguing project. And who better to take on that project than the Kansas City Chiefs? With Derek Anady and Tershawn Wharton gone, the defensive trenches are looking for new warriors. We've got players like Janarius Robinson and Jerry Tillery in the mix, but there's room, real room, for a guy like Norman Lott to come in, be coached up, and become something special. Think about it. Brett Veach has a history of betting on high upside talent. He's not afraid to take a shot on a player who's not quite NFL ready, but has all the tools. And that's exactly who Norman Lott is. A ball of clay. A moldable beast who, with the right guidance, could become a key rotational piece. Or even more. This isn't about hype. This is about potential. About building for the future. The kind of move that may not make headlines today, but could win games down the road. Man, I gotta say, I really like this move. It's not flashy, it's not front page material, but this is exactly the kind of under-the-radar decision that championship teams make. Omar Norman Lott might not have a big name yet, but the tools are there, and Chiefs Kingdom knows exactly what this organization can do with raw talent and the right coaching. When I heard that we brought him in for a top 30 visit, I instantly thought, this has Brett Veach written all over it. The man has a nose for upside. And look, I get it. He's not the cleanest prospect. He's not NFL ready on day one. But that's what makes this even more exciting. Because when you look at the guys we've lost, Nadi, Wharton, those weren't just bodies in the rotation. Those were guys who knew the system, played hard, and made plays when it counted. Now we need fresh blood, and Omar could be exactly that. He's got explosion, he's got power, and he's got that motor that just doesn't quit. That's what you want in your trenches, especially when we're talking about late-round picks or day 2 steals. And let's be real, this defense is already nasty. If we can plug in a guy who brings that kind of fire off the bench, who can pressure the quarterback from the interior and bring energy on every snap, that's a win. Yes, he's got some issues to clean up. Discipline, consistency against the run emotions. But if there's any locker room in the NFL that can mold that into something dangerous, it's ours. Think about what our staff has done with guys like Algerius Sneed, Nick Bolton, even George Karlaftis. We take high-ceiling players and develop them into impact dudes. Why not Norman Lott next? Plus, this just makes the draft even more exciting. If we're targeting guys like him, it means we're not playing it safe. We're looking to reload, retool, and repeat. I love that mindset. Build now, win later. So Chiefs Kingdom, what do you think? Is Omar Norman Lott worth the investment? Should Kansas City roll the dice on this disruptor and bring him into the kingdom? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to KC Chiefs Central for everything red and gold. We've got more breaking news, draft insights, and behind-the-scenes action coming your way. Let's build this legacy together.